everybody, it's me, Stephanie. I'm just trying to pull it together even though I feel like garbage. But hello, welcome back to my video. Thank you, actually, honestly, thank you for stopping by my channel. I always appreciate the comments and support that I get. And so I want to share with you some recipes that I've been making for my family. So I had weight loss surgery almost 8 months ago, and I'm down almost 100 pounds. I'm kind of in the 95 to 98 pounds lost range, which is super awesome. And I have 3 kids, and they pretty much hate everything I cook anyway, unless it's like cereal and toast. I don't know if you can technically call that cooking, but oh well. And then I have my husband, who I like to make sure is happy with what I'm cooking. And then there's me. I always need to have some kind of a protein. This video is terrible. I'm in my pajamas. I don't have I didn't pre-clean my house. I fired my hair and makeup team years ago because they were just awful. So what you see is what you get here. So enough rambling. Like I said in the video, I'm going to be in pajamas and looking really rough. Didn't pre-clean my house. We had food poisoning and we all have colds. So I still sound sick. I'm still feeling sick. I'm not feeling awesome. But dang it, I cooked. Okay, so like Mom of the Year award right here. Let's celebrate some mediocrity, right? Okay, I'm going to stop talking because I'm sure you're tired of the sound of my voice. But if you're not, don't forget to subscribe. And you can keep up with me in my attempt to lose weight, conquer obesity, cook some dinners, clean some houses, organize some stuff, you know, all that good stuff. So don't forget to subscribe before you leave. And let's get into the dinner recipes. It is time for a classic pulled pork tonight for dinner, and I am using a McCormick pulled pork seasoning packet, and I think this one is really delicious. You add ketchup, brown sugar, vinegar, and so you just kind of can make it as low carb as you want. I use sugar-free ketchup and I used a little bit of brown sugar, but it is super delicious. And then I always add liquid smoke. There's lots of different brands of liquid smoke, and I think that that is what really turns this into a delicious pulled pork. It's like super seasoned. Another note on the pulled pork, I've used lots of different cuts of pork. I know traditionally for pulled pork, the really fatty cuts like the butt or the shoulder are used, but I have found that even the leaner loin, the one that I'm using is a sirloin pork roast. If you season it right and cook it low and slow, it will turn into like pulled, fall apart pulled pork. I haven't had luck using those like really skinny pork tenderloins for this method, but don't be afraid to use a leaner cut of pork. You can still get that really delicious tender fall apart type of pulled pork. So I'm just adding the liquid smoke. You just poke it a lot with a fork, or I don't know what that tool is I'm using, the little poker thing. You just stab it a bunch of times, add the liquid smoke, add your seasoning, flip it over, slosh it around, throw the lid on, and then I cooked this on low for like 8 hours, and then I just got out the hand mixer, and it did take a little extra mixing just because it is a leaner cut, but you just keep mixing and shredding and it'll eventually turn into pulled pork. Now you can throw this on a bun, you can throw it on a plate with some coleslaw like I did for me to keep it low carb, but if you can have buns, it's delicious as a sandwich. All right, dinner number 2. I had marinated this chicken breast in that Kraft Italian zesty, whatever it's called, dressing. I think it's delicious. And then I paired it with some gnocchi for everybody else. Now, I have been trying to master the chicken breast. Okay, what is up with chicken breast? I feel like it's never good when I cook it at home. It's always delicious at a restaurant. So I've been watching lots of videos. I've been trying to get better at making a chicken cutlet. So this is just chicken breast, and it is thawed, and I did marinate it overnight. And then as you could see, I pounded it to make it all flat and even in thickness. And then for like a more delicious crispy crust, I am breading this lightly using flour and egg wash and then those seasoned Italian breadcrumbs. Obviously, if you're trying to go low carb or keto, you want to use a low carb breading like a pork rind or even almond flour. I think is delicious. I wasn't eating this dinner, so I didn't have to make like a substitute, but it is very easy to either skip the breadcrumbs altogether and just pan fry it. But this recipe, I'm using flour, eggs, and those Italian seasoned breadcrumbs. And then I find that it helps to use gloves, as you can see, and then you got to get your pan hot, but not too hot. Like I said, I'm not a pro, I'm still learning. So these are just sizzling away in my pan with some canola oil. And they like over brown just a little bit, but it's okay. Like, I'm not feeding like the President of the United States or anything. And then this is just some gnocchi. You just boil it until it starts floating, and then it's really delicious, just topped with some butter and Parmesan cheese. But I think that I'm getting better at cooking the chicken, and I did have some of this on a different day, and it was really good. So this was just Italian chicken and gnocchi, and it was super delicious. Okay, I was trying to use up the rest of some meat that we had. We had some ham at Easter, and then I had bought a rotisserie chicken that needed to be used up. So I'm just hacking away at this until I have a couple cups of chicken. I was following a recipe from the Pioneer Woman. I believe it was Pioneer Woman, or I don't remember who it is. You'll see it linked down below. And then I chopped up 2 cups of ham, so it's like equal parts ham, equal parts chicken, and this is going to turn into a slow cooker chicken cordon bleu. Now, you can use cream of chicken soup, save yourself some time, but I was being a little extra and I followed the recipe exactly, and I made my own creamy cheese sauce. But I will say, I know that there's recipes out there that use just a regular can of cream of chicken soup. So I got my cheese all grated, and then I started to make my creamy cheese sauce, and this was really delicious. Now, I'm a fan of grating my own cheese. I think that the pre-shredded cheese has its purpose in life, but I think that when you shred it yourself, it's just better. So I always shred my own cheese. So here is a saucepan with some butter that I have melted. I'm adding a little bit of flour, and then I just start whisking away, whisk and whisk and whisk. And then after it starts to combine and thicken up a little bit, that's when I added in my milk, which you can see. And then it's just a matter of stirring, kind of keeping an eye on it. When it starts to bubble and get thick, that's when you're going to add your milk. And then again, you'll just whisk and whisk and baby it. Add the milk, and then after the milk is added and it starts to get thick and bubbly, that's when you add in the Dijon and the seasonings and the lemon juice, and then it will start to get a little thicker. Oh my gosh, how many times am I going to say thicker and whisk? Add the cheese, it turns into a delicious sauce, pour it over. Parmesan cheese, sorry, forgot, Parmesan cheese, stir that all in. And then I just covered the ham and the chicken with that and let it cook in the crock pot. And you can see all the directions for this in the recipe that I will be sure to link below. This was very delicious, very savory. So if you're looking for something savory, I highly recommend this. And you can just serve it with like pasta or potatoes, or just have it on its own if you're low carb. Okay, this is my sister's mother-in-law's pancake recipe. And I don't know how my sister makes it better than I do. I've tried to ask for all of her tips and tricks, but when she makes it, it's really delicious. When I made these, they just weren't the same. But it's just a basic pancake recipe. I will put the recipe in the description box below, but it's like half whole wheat, half regular wheat flour, sugar, salt, baking powder, mix it all together with some wet ingredients, which include eggs, oil, and milk. So you'll just see that coming together, whisk it all together, and then you can see the disaster that will be happening when I try to make pancakes. All right, I've made a bajillion pancakes in my life. I don't know what happened. Right now, it looks like I have everything under control. Oh, I'm also cooking some pre-cooked sausage while I finish making my pancake mixture. Okay, so you like grease your griddle or use an electric griddle if you have one. I like to cook my pancakes on the lighter golden side, and so I don't heat my pan very high. I think that there's like 500,000 different ways to make pancakes, so it's not like it's rocket science. You just, you do what you like, but I was trying to keep them from like turning super brown. And as you can see, I go to flip them and it's like I've never cooked a pancake in my life. They're falling apart. And then I whipped out these Star Wars pancake molds that I had bought and tried to use for my, oh my gosh, this is a mess. I swear I have cooked so many pancakes, and of course because I'm trying to record this, they're just falling apart. Anyway, I tried to get fancy and make these Star Wars pancakes. I cannot figure out how to use these molds. If you know, help a mom out. I couldn't figure them out when I made them for my son's birthday. It was a disaster. I don't know if I got them too thick. I don't know if you start with the mold side down or the open side down. I don't know, but I was trying to make this a little bit more fun for the kids. I tried them a couple different ways. Highly 10 out of 10, do not recommend. These are a scam. I feel like I've tried multiple times and they don't really turn out that great. So don't buy these. If you see these at Walmart or if you see these at TJ Maxx, I've seen them lots of different places. I got these at Walmart in the cereal aisle. Why am I telling you where to buy these? Don't buy these. They're a waste of money and your kids will be very disappointed when you show them how terrible the pancakes turned out. Anyway, the pancakes themselves are delicious. You can make easy protein pancakes by mixing protein powder with a couple of eggs, and a little bit of baking soda. There's tons of recipes out there. I just had the sausage this particular evening. I wasn't eating the pancakes, but yeah, you can see that these are not awesome. Double thumbs down on these. But anyway, my family does love having breakfast for dinner, so we usually have breakfast for dinner at least once a week. Yeah. Okay, here we go. Yeah, this does not look like Star Wars. This just looks like disgusting. Anyway, serve these with yogurt, sausage, and it's a hit with my family. Top it with some syrup. I use sugar-free syrup if I'm making a low-carb pancake. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. I hope that this gave you some ideas for dinner. And don't forget to subscribe before you leave. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.